not, but we've all analyzed your career, we psychoanalyzed you. If you had the 30 second to 1 minute, what do you think about your career? I've never heard you actually speak to it yet.
Yeah, I try. I'd rather not speak about my career, and I'd rather speak now about others. I get paid for Fox to talk about others. But look, like I said, I never thought that I would play for 5 or 10 years. The fact that I played for almost 23 years, and I entered the league at 18. And I think the most exciting part of my career, I thought the 2009 World Championship to be part of that team, but also the arc of having arguably my best 2 years at the age of 19 and then 40. To me, especially the 40, hitting 33 home runs and helping the Yankees get back to the postseason was something that was an important arc for me personally.
All right, now this show, you have to be qualified to do this. CNBC, I don't think is going to go hire some guy who doesn't know about finances and business. You've been in this for a lot longer than just say the last couple of years.
Yeah, very quietly, I kind of started my company, a holding company, it's called A-Rod Corp. Out of fear. I never thought in a million years that I would play for this long. If you look at the arc of players, and I'm going to take a shot at the question you asked Joe Smith, which I thought was a good one. Why do players, run into some tough issues? I mean, let's just look at some of the metrics, right? If you think about athletes, the gift and the curse, you make, and I'm going to preface by saying no athlete should be complaining about anything when it comes to dollars and cents.
But relatively speaking, it's a challenge that you're not prepared for, right?
Well, I think here's the thing, is when you hear this, it's pretty interesting. So you make 90% of your money approximately from age 20 to 30. And then from 31 to 80, what happens?
You're on your own.
That's one. Number two, you have 750 players in our league, under 5% have a college degree. That's pretty powerful. And the third is, there's one more and I keep forgetting it. Anyways, and then the average career is 5.5 years, right? So if you just have that information alone, you'll probably short that stock, right? Versus all of us that can go out and, you have broadcasters, Vince Scully going into 70s and 80s years old, right? Your earning power is a lot longer. So there's an understanding about that. I've always said that athletes have an incredible, great potential to be great business people, because you have great work ethic, you understand teamwork, you understand collaborating, you understand tough love, you have thick skin, you better. But I always thought about the key for athletes early on is being proactive and mentors, which will bring me back why I'm here with Joe Smith. But if you think about a young kid from Michigan that went to the University of Michigan who says, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go and throw touchdowns and win Super Bowls. And he's a 21-year-old skinny kid from the West Coast. And then he finds a friend in Omaha that's also 21 years old, skinny with a crew cut with glasses, and says, you go do touchdowns and Super Bowls, I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna invest it. So you take this guy, happens to be Warren Buffett and Tom Brady. If you unite those two, that's a merger of two conglomerates, right? So the idea for Joe and I to, as a young, who is the Warren Buffett in our community, who not only has the business acumen, but also has a moral compass to lead us in the right way and to be a long-term investor and to have a long-term view. So I started investing back when I was 21, 22 years old. I started with a small little duplex and rolled that over and then bought a fourplex and then bought 60. And today we're fortunate enough to be managing over 15,000 apartment units in over 14 states. We own a lot of stuff here in Georgia by Augusta and all over the Southeast. So the point of that is you start slow, you build a team, and little by little, you can build something special.
Alex Rodriguez and Joe Smith here. One-time Atlanta Hawk, by the way, Joe Smith in studio with us. Is it safe to say, Alex, you're more comfortable in your own skin now than you've ever been in your life? Because when we talk about your performance on television, analyzing baseball for Fox, this program, like 10 years ago, could you have been comfortable enough to do this?
I think that's the biggest understatement of this morning so far. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, I had a lot of work to do on myself. And again, I go back to 2014, and it's hard to say that because it was such a painful year. But it gave me a full year. I mean, think about it. Who has a sabbatical in the middle of your career? And it wasn't a sabbatical, but it was kind of one because it allowed me to kind of rebuild this house one step at a time and really take a view at all aspects. What kind of son am I? What kind of father? What kind of business person am I? When I come back to the Yankees, I mean, I'm one of 750 to get an opportunity to wear pinstripes. you know, for a long time, you think it's your birthright. For a long time, you think, like, I was born to do this. I was here at 18. Of course. Well, no, it's not like that. It made me really understand how powerful it is to be a Major League Baseball player, to wear pinstripes, to appreciate the fans, to understand that relationship matters. I played for so long, and I thought home runs, RBIs, and wins, that's all that matters. Well, when I came back, I realized that was only a small part of it, even though it was important. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated, and you want to be a role model and just do the right things.
There's an expression that's attributed to you, you have to own your own blank. I think you were the one who put that out. You said that out loud. You have to own your own blank. And until you own it, you're never gonna get through it or by, correct?
That's 100% correct, yeah.
Alex Rodriguez, Joe Smith here with us. Before we go, Joe, as we said, you played with a lot of outstanding players over the
Yes.
years. Minnesota, you're with Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
The Lakers, you're with Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
Philadelphia, you're with Allen Iverson.
Yes.
Cleveland, you're with LeBron James.
Yes.
OKC, Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a pretty good starting
Russell
five.
Westbrook.
Oh, let's not forget Russell. Let's
So
not
you-
forget him either.
You've played with the best of the best, and you're playing at their level as you look around the landscape of the NBA. Who's the best player you've ever played with?
The best player, I would have to give that to LeBron James.
What is it about LeBron James?
Just the way he can take over the game, dominate the game, and it's not just about scoring. He gets everybody else involved. He's one of the most unselfish guys that I've played alongside of. And, I mean, he knows the game inside out. I mean, he studies the game the way probably any coach or more than any coach that's coaching today.
As good as he is, what kind of pressure does that put on you to try to play at that level?
It puts a large amount of pressure on yourself, actually, because
Yeah.
you don't want to let him down. I mean, you know how hard he works and what he brings to the table, so you don't want to let him down. So you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
But we know you guys got to run. Alex Rodriguez, outstanding meeting you. Thanks for coming in. Joe Smith, continued success.
Thank
You live in
you.
Buford. Come in and see us.
I will. I love to stop by.
Yeah, give us an update. Let us know how things are going on.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys.
All right, Alex Rodriguez, Joe Smith here in studio with us. Want to thank them. Want to thank David Pollock for joining us. Also, don't forget, want to thank the guys on the other side of the glass. Big John, I know it was a rough morning for you. Trial and error by fire. And home team Brandon Lake, thank you as well. Front row in Athens, Kirby Smart going to be joining Steak and Sandy and Brian Finneran at 11:45. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.